Tank is back in the spotlight, and this time it's not just about his next fight. It's his incredible training footage that's stealing the show.
Oh! 30 seconds.
Tank's newly released video shows him tackling some of the most intense drills imaginable, proving his unmatched dedication and work ethic.
The last couple days, Gervonta Davis has released footage of him in fight camp. He looks motivated, he looks focused. You're seeing him doing calisthenics, a lot of different sort of functional body weight movements with a little bit of...
If there was any doubt about Davis's next move, he's put it to rest in a big way. For Lamont Roach Jr., this can only mean one thing: serious trouble. The two are set to clash on March 1st, with Tank defending his WBA lightweight title. Roach might have felt confident before, but after seeing Davis's intense preparation, he's likely rethinking his entire game plan.
Now, I promise you, you better lead them home. You better lead the females home. On my mother, you better lead the females home and the kids.
For a moment, it seemed like the fight might not happen, leaving fans puzzled when Tank hinted at a possible cancellation. This matchup carries high stakes, especially with Roach moving up from 130 pounds, a tough challenge for anyone, even a fighter as skilled as Davis. But Tank has faced this before and come out victorious. Just ask Hector Garcia, who tried the same and ended up stopped in the ring. Will Roach face a similar outcome? Judging by Davis's current form, it's hard to think otherwise. He looks absolutely unstoppable. The footage is simply stunning. Tank looks more focused and sharper than ever. Every move exudes precision and determination. This isn't just about preparing for a fight, it's about proving a point. Tank is making it clear he's not here to mess around, he's on a mission. While his physical preparation is drawing praise, his selection of opponents continues to spark debate.
I'm gonna beat his ass if y'all talking.
Critics have often claimed that Davis avoids the top names in his division. Fights against stars like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, or Teofimo Lopez are still just dreams for fans, and the wait is testing their patience. The potential clash with Stevenson is especially buzzing. Stevenson, an undefeated three-division champion, has been dazzling the boxing world with his unmatched skill and precision. He's set to take on Floyd Schofield on February 22nd, and if he comes out victorious, the demand for a Davis-Stevenson showdown will reach a fever pitch. Tank has been keeping his cool amid the buzz. On one hand, he's hinted at being open to fighting Stevenson. On the other, he's dismissed the idea, claiming Shakur doesn't bring anything special to the table. That's a bold claim, considering Stevenson's flawless record and reputation as one of the most technically skilled fighters in the game. It seems Tank enjoys keeping everyone on edge, but fans are growing impatient. They want clarity, they want answers, and most importantly, they want to see the big fights happen now.
What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who might be afraid?
Davis isn't just taking on opponents in the ring. He's also facing the high expectations of boxing fans worldwide. His recent announcement to retire in 2025 after only 3 more fights has ignited intense debate. Is he stepping away too early? Will his legacy feel unfinished if he doesn't take on the sport's biggest names? These are the burning questions fans are now asking.
Wake up. Don't do it to him. Put it on his ass.
Tank's focus on a possible rematch with Ryan Garcia, a fighter he's already beaten, has left some fans confused. While a second fight would certainly grab attention, wouldn't facing new challenges like Haney, Stevenson, or Lopez do more to solidify Tank's place in boxing history? Leonard Ellerby, Tank's longtime advisor, has stepped in to defend him, saying Tank has earned the right to make his own decisions. He points out that Davis's priorities have shifted since becoming a father, and now, Tank is more focused on building a life beyond boxing, a shift that fans should respect. In a recent interview, Ellerbe opened up about the toll boxing takes on fighters, both physically and mentally. He discussed how brutal the sport can be and how many fighters sacrifice their health for a career that doesn't always pay off in the long run. For Tank, Ellerbe says it's about making his mark and then stepping away while he's still in good health. There's more to life than boxing, he pointed out. Tank now has a family, a son, and that changes everything. He's thinking about his future, and that's something every fighter should consider. You can't fight forever, and while fans will always want more, sometimes you have to do what's best for yourself.
And I respect him. He know what it is going up against Tank Davis, though. He definitely knows what that looks like. And he's a warrior at heart. He's a champion. And Tank's not gonna sit around and wait. And so if it pops off, it pops off. If it doesn't, the show goes.
It's hard not to imagine the excitement if Tank decided to take on the sport's biggest challenges. A fight against Shakur Stevenson would be incredible. Picture the build-up, the trash talk, and the clash of styles. It could be a fight for the ages. Or what if Tank moved up to 140 to face Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez? Those are the kinds of matchups that could cement Tank's place as one of the all-time greats. But maybe that's not what Tank wants. Maybe he's satisfied with what he's already accomplished. Perhaps for him, it's about walking away on his own terms, still at the top of his game. Only Tank can make that decision, and it will ultimately shape how he's remembered in the years to come.
Listen, I'm not going to take anything away. Gervonta, you know, Region 3. Region 3, my nigga, like, we've been like that. You know what I'm saying? From D.C. to South Florida, all of us like that, right? So we've known each other. Don't act like we never did. My whole thing is like, you know I'm like that.
Is there anything you want to say?
No, bro. Oh, shit. Everything I say, I do. No matter what it is.
Is there anything you want to say to...
For now, all eyes are on March 1st. Lamont Roach Jr. faces a tough challenge, and Tank looks ready to make it even tougher. The training footage doesn't just show a fighter preparing, it showcases a man determined to solidify his greatness. But that's not the only footage Tank has dropped. In another new clip, Davis is seen tossing a medicine ball with two others, but not in the usual way. This isn't your standard wall toss. Tank's version is far more complex, involving a unique rhythm that requires coordination, strength, and endurance. The movement targets both his core and upper body at once, creating a challenge few could match. For casual fans, the exercise might look strange, but for those who understand the science of boxing training, it's a work of art. A strong core isn't just about abs, it's about stability, power, and resilience. And Davis, known for his devastating body shots, understands better than anyone how vital it is to strengthen that part of his body. One fan put it perfectly in a comment, "No wonder his punches hit like a truck. His training methods are on another level." Another joked, "I'd tap out just watching this." It's clear Davis isn't just a natural talent. He's a fighter constantly pushing the limits, keeping his body and opponents on their toes. This kind of creativity in training is rare. Many boxers stick to the basics: shadowboxing, heavy bag work, and sparring. But Davis goes above and beyond, finding ways to prepare his body for the unique challenges he faces in the ring. Whether it's absorbing brutal body shots or delivering them with crushing power, Davis is proving that his preparation is anything but ordinary. The reactions online have been a mix of admiration and playful criticism. One fan joked, "Lamont Roach is probably watching this and rethinking his career choices," while another quipped, "That medicine ball workout is tougher than some of his opponents." These comments highlight the ongoing debate surrounding Davis. Is he truly unbeatable, or has he just been matched up against fighters who don't pose a real challenge? Tim Bradley, a former champion and now a well-known boxing commentator, didn't hold back after seeing the latest footage. "Tank is an incredible talent, no doubt about it," Bradley said in a recent interview. "But let's not pretend he's facing the best in the division. His team is protecting him, plain and simple." Bradley's criticism isn't new, but it's gaining more attention as Davis continues to avoid fights against top contenders like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez. For Bradley and many others, Tank's career seems to be carefully managed to keep his undefeated record intact. "He's in protective custody over at PBC," Bradley quipped, sparking a wave of online discussion. It's tough to argue with some of Bradley's points. Take Shakur Stevenson, for example. The undefeated two-division world champion is widely considered one of the most skilled boxers in the sport today. A fight between him and Davis would be a dream matchup, yet it remains just that, a dream. Davis's team has been accused of avoiding such fights, either by setting conditions that favor Tank or by outright sidestepping negotiations. Critics often highlight the weight games and other stipulations that have kept potential blockbuster matchups from happening.
Yeah, man, I mean, it's going to go. Tank going to be losing the first 3 rounds. Then he's going to download the data. Then he going to knock this dude out in round 7 or 8. Then he going to do the backflip. Then Jim Gray's going to get in the ring, or Caleb Plant's wife, and say, "Who do you want next?" And Tank's going to say, "I want all those guys." And they're going to go to the press conference, and Elliot Setback's going to say, "Who do you want next?" He say, "I want all the guys."
Even Davis's most loyal fans are starting to feel the weight of these critiques. While they'll defend his talent all day, they're also eager to see him prove it against the very best. A recent comment on the new video summed it up: "Tank is a beast, but we need to see him fight Shakur or Haney. Enough with the easy fights." The new training footage also sparked more talk about Davis's explosive power. It's no exaggeration. He boasts a 93% knockout rate, and his ability to end fights quickly has made him one of the most feared punchers in the sport. But power alone isn't enough to silence the critics. Tim Bradley isn't the only one questioning Davis's legacy. Other analysts have pointed out that at nearly 30 years old, Tank is running out of time to prove himself against top-tier competition. Fighters like Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez have already faced significant challenges, adding weight to the argument that Davis is falling behind in terms of career-defining victories. One fan took a different angle, commenting on the video, "You can tell he's built for longevity. This guy's going to be in the game for years." While that's a reassuring thought for Davis's supporters, it doesn't change the fact that fans want to see him in high-stakes matchups now, not later. And even if it was later, Tank has already announced his retirement.
Tank Davis has been avoiding, in my opinion, the big fights. Lomachenko, Pitbull Cruz, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney was there. Teofimo was there at one point. He finally fought Ryan, but Ryan, he was drained, and we saw how Ryan looked at one.
The debate over Davis's choice of opponents isn't new, but it's becoming harder to ignore. Critics often point to his fight against Jose Pedraza as the last time he faced a truly formidable opponent without conditions. Since then, they argue, Davis has fought talented fighters, but none who pose the same level of threat as the top names in the division. Bradley took it a step further, saying that if Tank truly wants to be remembered as one of the greats, he needs to stop playing it safe. "Fans aren't dumb, they see what's happening," he said. For Davis, this kind of criticism is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it feeds the narrative that he's avoiding the best.
They will say the craziest things, the most wildest things, but that they want to fight. Who have they said, well, that was worth fighting? Who have they said? Who has said that? Let's fight. Let's make the fight happen.
Plain and simple. I want to be that guy, and that's the way I'm headed. I'm on that road. I want to be that guy.
On the other hand, the criticism keeps Davis's name in the headlines, ensuring that every move he makes is under the microscope. As much as this debate continues, Tank is undoubtedly a talented fighter. He's even been compared to Mike Tyson, with some calling him the Mike Tyson of our generation. But Tank himself believes he's even more talented than Tyson. His last opponent, Frank Martin, also spoke about Tank's power. Martin's defeat at the hands of Davis on June 15th left the boxing world buzzing. The MGM Grand Garden Arena witnessed another masterclass from Tank, who retained his WBA lightweight title with a stunning 8th-round knockout. For Martin, who had shown grit and determination for the first 7 rounds, it was a harsh reminder of how devastating Davis can be when he decides to end a fight. Martin later acknowledged Davis's incredible abilities in an interview with Fight Hub TV. When asked about the power that ended his night abruptly, Martin said, "He's got power. He does a great job at landing the big shot. He knows how to land that shot and hit guys on the button to get them out of there. He's an accurate puncher and knows how to land that shot." These comments, coming from a fighter who experienced Davis's power firsthand, highlight the lethal precision Tank brings to the ring.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's this uncanny accuracy and explosive power that has led fans to draw comparisons between Davis and the legendary Mike Tyson. Both fighters share a gift for delivering highlight reel knockouts, with Davis often dismantling opponents in spectacular fashion. His victory over Ryan Garcia, sealed with a perfectly timed body shot, remains one of the most talked about finishes in recent memory. Yet Tyson himself has downplayed these comparisons. When asked about Davis's similarities to him, Tyson said, "I don't know, maybe just getting in trouble with the law. Other than that, no." The comment was as candid as it was reflective of Tyson's infamous past. However, Davis didn't hesitate to respond on social media with a bold statement. "I agree, I have more skills."
Davis, a lot of people say he reminds you of them. Does he remind you of yourself?
I don't know. Maybe just getting in trouble with the law. Other than that, no.
This exchange highlighted an intriguing dynamic between the two boxers. Tyson, known for his brute force and intimidation, dominated his era with raw power and aggression. Davis, on the other hand, brings a more calculated approach to his fights. He uses speed, precision, and tactical intelligence to create openings, making him a more versatile and adaptable fighter. While Tyson's peekaboo style allowed him to slip punches and counter with devastating power, Davis's style is rooted in patience and timing. He waits for the perfect moment to unleash his signature power, often leaving opponents with no chance to recover. Fans have embraced Davis's confident persona, often dubbing him the modern-day Kid Dynamite. But the 30-year-old fighter doesn't rely solely on power to secure victories. His ability to read opponents and adjust his strategy mid-fight is what truly sets him apart. This was evident in his fight against Leo Santa Cruz, where Davis carefully timed a vicious uppercut to end the bout in spectacular fashion. Even with that, Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson are two lightweight champions whose styles are as different as night and day, sparking talks of a potential fight between them. Tank thrives on overwhelming opponents with his raw power and explosive finishes, while Stevenson, often praised for his technical brilliance, relies on impeccable footwork and defense to dismantle opponents over the course of a fight. Together, they represent two extremes of boxing, each with its own strengths and vulnerabilities. Davis has made a career out of giving away rounds, waiting for the perfect opportunity to unleash his fight-ending power. This strategy has worked remarkably well, with 28 of his 30 victories coming by knockout. Fans and analysts often marvel at his ability to stalk opponents with patience, lulling them into a false sense of security before delivering a devastating blow. It's a strategy that not only showcases his physical prowess, but also his mental composure in high-pressure situations.
And the thing that I really appreciate about Tank is he's a dog. That kind of what he just said, you can put them earmuffs up and go at it. He kind of will assess you as well, and whatever he needs to do, he'll do it, so.
Stevenson, however, operates in a completely different realm. Rarely does he lose a single moment in the ring. His mastery of distance control, elite footwork, and near-impenetrable defense make him a nightmare for any opponent. Critics have often labeled his style as less thrilling, given his preference for outpointing rivals rather than chasing knockouts. But Stevenson has countered these criticisms by promising that the right opponent would bring out his best. And if there's one fighter who could fit that bill, it's Davis.
Ryan, you say Ryan is a C-level fighter, but Tank say Ryan is the best fighter he fought. So what is it about Ryan that made Gervonta feel like he was the best he fought?
I don't know. He shared a ring with him. Maybe he fought all C-level fighters.
The prospect of a Davis-Stevenson clash has boxing fans salivating. It's not just a meeting of two champions, but a collision of philosophies. Brute force versus precision, aggression versus finesse. The anticipation surrounding such a matchup was further fueled by comments from James Toney, a former three-weight world champion, who was asked how Stevenson might fare against Davis after Tank's recent knockout victory over Frank Martin. Toney didn't mince words, and his bold prediction sent shockwaves through the boxing community, sparking debates over whether Stevenson could truly withstand the power that has floored so many of Davis's opponents. While Stevenson's defense is arguably one of the best in the sport, Davis has a knack for finding openings, even against the most cautious fighters. His ability to end fights with a single punch makes him a perpetual threat, no matter how skilled his opponent may be. As fans continue to debate who would come out on top, the shadow of Davis's next fight against Lamont Roach looms. Roach, like many before him, faces the daunting task of solving the puzzle that is Gervonta Davis. What do you think? How do you see these fights playing out? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more updates. See you in the next one.